Hello. 2020, despite all its difficulties, has seen one of those beautiful springs that we've known in southwest England in recent years. The spring flowers, the blossom, the birds that you can hear have been truly wonderful this year. And we've put together some of those images with a spring liturgy that we have written that celebrates the renewal of hope that we see in the spring. I hope and pray that you are blessed by it. We begin with a litany of hope. The trees of the wood await spring's reclothing. The branches will be green again. This we affirm, God is faithful and true. The sun will rise higher in our skies. Its light will be warm upon our faces once more. This we affirm, God is faithful and true. The days will grow longer. Light will push back the darkness. This we affirm, God is faithful and true. Seeds will germinate and grow. The flowers will bud and bloom. This we affirm, God is faithful and true. The ears of the wheat will form and ripen. The grass will grow to feed the cattle. This we affirm, God is faithful and true. Swallows will return and fill the skies. Birds will fill the land with song. This we affirm, God is faithful and true.
You are author and Lord of creation.
You are maker of life and of living.
And from deep in our hearts, wonder and love
Inspire our worship and praise. Hallelujah. 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 Amen. And now a song of spring, which is based on words taken from the second chapter of the Song of Songs in the Bible, but it's given a Devon adaptation. Arise, my fair ones, and come away.
For now the winter is past. Snow and frost is over and gone.
The flowers appear on the earth. The time of singing has come.
And the song of the blackbird, the melody of the robin is heard in our land.
The hawthorn breaks into leaf. The gorse opens its golden flowers.
Scenting the air with their fragrance.
Arise, my fair ones, and come away.
In the clefts of the rock,
In the shadow of the tor,
let us see your face.
let us hear your voice.
For your voice is sweet and your face is beautiful.
As we enjoy the spring in our gardens or our parks or looking at the trees in our streets, we are aware of the harm that we have done to creation through the lifestyles that we live. And so we come to God in confession, sorrowing where we have hindered earth's spring. O God of life, you desire that our lives should blossom and be fruitful. You sent your Son to die upon a cross and be raised to life on the third day, that new life might come to that which seemed dead. For all that we have done that hinders life, we ask your forgiveness, Lord. Where the striving of creation to blossom and leaf is frustrated, where freedom to bring new things to birth is checked, where creativity is hindered through oppression and injustice, where new beginnings are prevented, where that which is needed for growth is harmed or held back, where beauty is scarred, where poverty and injustice allow no hope of a bright new dawn. For all that we have done to lessen the wonder of spring, for our sin which checks the renewing of life on earth, for negligence, carelessness and greed, we ask your forgiveness, life-giving God.
Lord, end my winter, and let my spring begin. I cannot raise my spirit out of death and dullness, but all things are possible with you. I need the clear shining of your love, the beams of your grace, the light of your face. Lord, I suffer much from sin and temptation. My love is cold like winter's frost. Lord, work wonders in me and for me. Lord, end my winter and let my spring begin. Amen.
And that prayer that Patsy just read for us is based upon a prayer that was written by Charles Haddon Spurgeon, the Victorian Baptist preacher. And now we're going to hear a reading from Psalm 104, which celebrates God's work in creation. You cause the grass to grow for the cattle, and plants for people to use, to bring forth food from the earth, and wine to gladden the human heart, oil to make the face shine, and bread to strengthen the human heart. The trees of the Lord are watered abundantly, the cedars of Lebanon that God planted. In them the birds build their nests. The stork has its home in the fir trees. The mountains are for the wild goats. The rocks are a refuge for the conies. You have made the moon to mark the seasons. The sun knows its time for setting. You make darkness, and it is night, when all the animals of the forest come creeping out. When the sun rises, they withdraw and lie down to their dens. O Lord, how manifold are your works! In wisdom you have made them all. The earth is full of your creatures. May the glory of the Lord endure forever. May the Lord rejoice in his works. And I will sing to the Lord as long as I live. I will sing praise to my God while I have my being. Words from Psalm 104 that celebrate God's creative power. I'm going to share with you now a reflection that I've written, simply called Yet One More Spring. That in the beauty of spring celebrates that the signs of resurrection, of new life that we see in nature around us, and that speak of the God who in Jesus Christ is making all things new. Yet one more spring. I long to see the spring again, to see the earth green and flower, and watch again the bare outline of trees colour with soft young green, to witness delicate snowdrops breaking through the last winter snow, vibrant daffodils heralding the rising of the sun higher in our sky, and the solitary flowering of the blackthorn, pioneering the return of life to the hedgerow. I love to feel again the sun growing warmer on my face, to see the retreat of winter's night, and wake again to a brighter, earlier dawn. I delight in another morning to hear the blackbird burst into song, another night to listen for the cry of the tawny owl seeking her mate. I welcome the return of the swallow to skies above. For I will measure my life not by the winters I have endured, but by the springs I enjoy. Though I mourn for all that I have watched pass from this life, I celebrate all the good and beauty that I have seen brought to birth. For springtime is the renewal of beauty and hope. It is the power of life overcoming the hold of death. Springtime is nature's expression of resurrection, the sign that God brings the renewing of all things. So, Lord, I thank you for yet another spring, when my heart is filled with joy at its beauty, and my faith renewed by the wonder of the season, a sign of that eternal springtime where I will behold, for you are making all things new.
Behold, behold, I make all things new, beginning with you and starting from today. Behold, behold, I make all things new, my promise is true, for I am Christ the way. Behold, I make all things new, beginning with you and starting from today. Behold, I make all things new, my promise is true, for I am Christ the way.
Our closing words and blessing. The earth awakens after winter's sleep. Awaken us to your glory, O Lord. Leaves emerge from winter's shelter and stretch out to face the sun. Awaken us to your light, O Lord. Birds that hid from frost and snow now sing out from treetop perch. Awaken us to your presence, O Lord. That which seemed dead has now been born anew. Awaken us to your life, O Lord. As the sun rises higher in the sky, so may the Lord be exalted in our lives. As the spring flowers display their beauty, so may the Lord be glorified in our lives. As the fresh green leaves on the trees announce the spring, so may the hope of the Lord be made known in our lives. Creator God, whose faithfulness is seen in the coming and going of the seasons, whose love is seen in the renewing of the earth. Guard and guide us, keep us and bless us, now and for evermore. Amen.
Behold,
Behold, I make all things new, beginning with you and starting from today.
behold,
Behold,